and the religions that adopted voodoo, voodoo, or occult practices, if you know of any.
Well, the first, um, I'm going to use culprit. That is absolutely the, the Roman Catholic uh organization, right? So they burning incense and blood sacrifices, and that is strictly African.
Hmm.
Nothing ritualistic coming out of the Roman Catholic Church and all of its ideologies. And when I say all of its ideologies, each and every form of Christian is under the Roman Catholic Church. And they are under the Nicene Creed. Any ritual you do, it is very easy to trace it back to an African origin, and it is even more easy to trace it back to an Islamic origin.
Hmm.
And that is the what I'm talking about is are absolute facts,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Mhm.
So you're saying the Roman Catholic Church and anything under that adopted voodoo rituals and practices
Absolutely,
from Africa.
directly from Africa.
Okay. Now we could I like that you said that. Um and eventually we got to expound on that and like, come up show improve like reference through references and things of that nature, books or what have you. But being that we only have an hour, let's just go into the next thing. So Bobby Hemmett, I want to talk about Bobby Hemmett, and I see you as the new Bobby Hemmett. I don't want to put you, I don't want to put his name on top of yours because you are your own man. You took a different path. However, Bobby Hemmett doesn't, or I would say no longer serves the community as he used to, and there is a gap, right? There's a void that he once filled, and he's no longer doing it as much. So I feel that you would be the best person to be his you know continuation, you
I
know
don't know, man. I yeah, I remember. I mean, this what you brought up is so deep because me and you watched Bobby Hemming videos when we were like, when, I think what was I 19, 18?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's deep because if he pulled back for the reasons people say he pulled back, I would definitely understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to feel that void in totality, but I I got a lot of respect for Bobby Hemmett because he was just speaking from the heart. And I feel like he put his life on the line energetically and for black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After he had a stroke, he said, I did this for black people. That's what he said when he got interviewed right after he had a stroke. Um, I mean, Bobby Hemmett is the GOAT,
Yeah.
right? We got the GOAT in sports. I don't know if y'all want to say LeBron or
Or,
Jordan or whatever, but
or
like in occult science, in black occult science, Bobby Hemmett is the GOAT.
Bobby Hemmett
We
was
we
Hemmett,
we gonna say we gonna stay on that one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Bobby Hemmett is definitely the goat. However,
Hmm.
uh, at the same time, you would be you're really young, right? So you're like
I'm
early
34.
you're 34. You
Right.
understand? There's so much time you have, even though people, you may not want to necessarily fulfill the Bobby Hemmett shoes, right? Or fill the Bobby Hemmett shoes, as big as it is, as you get bigger, people are going to start to compare the teachings, you know.
I'm having a very hard time right now with dealing with the masses, or what you would call in the I God culture, the 85ers,
Yeah.
right? Um, I'm having a hard time, and people like yourself, if you're like keep going, y'all all lend some real inspiration to me. But I have been stung by the masses left and right, and and the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that the masses or the people are unstable and ungrateful. So I'm having a hard time with that right now. 34. I'm letting y'all know. Yo,
See,
Mikey, what's up, sir?
what's up, Teray? What's
Yo,
good?
where you come from?
What happened?
Yo, I'm rocking with my man Mikey, right? He dealing with my Haitian brother dealing with the voodoo culture, dealing with the low eyes. Yeah, I had to shout my brother out.
Peace,
But
bro.
yo, peace. But you know, it was so deep what Sharif Bey was talking about, right? Because I've been burned by the masses. But when I'm burned by the masses, it's the Prophet Noble Drew Ali who says that the people are unstable and ungrateful. And I'm like, that's the only thing that actually have me not totally quit,
Mhm.
is the understanding that the people are unstable and ungrateful. And because the thing with Bobby Hemmett, it looked like he got burnt out,
I agree with you.
right? Bobby Hemmett was, listen, when people
Blame.
compare me, people always trying to compare me to Bobby Hemmett. I don't like being compared to Bobby Hemmett, because Bobby Hemmett can do a lecture for 8 hours straight. Yeah, I would watch a Bobby Hemmett lecture, go to sleep, wake back up, and he'd still be talking.
Mhm.
But at what expense is this worth? And what we call the occult, or uh, uh, underground spiritual culture. You know what I'm saying? So thanks for giving me that comparison, because I heard that, but I got a lot of respect for Bobby Hemmett.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, let's go into the different archetypes that help uh Vodun or practitioners of occult practitioners access energy within themselves and the universe. So I want to talk about that, like Shango and the different orishas, and
Mhm.
what do these orishas do for the person, for the practitioner,
Okay.
from a scientifical standpoint.
All right. So one, um, the Orishas, are, that is a practice dealing primarily with um, a practice called Ifa, right? The Loa are dealing with practice uh, of Haitian voodoo. Your question complicates someone like me, because I love your question, but the question is Western, because the Western mind automatically puts uh, arch- archetypes or archetypes into the scientific understanding, right? If I put it into a more African understanding or indigenous understanding, we have chemicals of living, breathing energies all over the world. And those energies, if they are what we call primordial energies, they all have components within us.
That's a fact. You're talking about dealing with
Right?
the universe.
Right. These are elements.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But if we were on another side of the globe, we will understand. If you know, there's certain people in the West who know the periodic table. We have that in spiritual understanding, but it is not the Western's periodic table. So if you say Shango or Oya or Ochun or Papa Legba or Uzuli Freda, the Westerners need to understand that they have to take their time to acquaint themselves with the science. I'm not saying to know the science, but the Westerner will take their time and go to school and learn the periodic table, but they will look at spiritual science from Africans and they will go, this is similar to this is this, and that's not how this works. So what do?
Boom.
Us who are initiated, right, and the people who develop the science or the vanguards of the science, we go, a word, we will just hide the science because you are showing us that you're not open. When you show us you're not open, you are a hazard. We already had a hazard. We already had a catastrophe with the European.
Exactly.
So a lot of us think that we have a science or sciences of indigenous science or African science that is lost. It's not lost. It's just we hiding it because we experienced a catastrophe. We have science, but anyone truly initiated into true African science now knows that the same thing that the Freemasons know. Listen, you reveal our science, we cutting your head off, right? We snatching your tongue out, right? The reason people believe that, oh, there's a lost science out there is because none of us are revealing it, right? And that is because the Western mind does this shit. The Western mind goes, oh, you have something. How can I capitalize off of this?
Exactly.
And this, right? It looks like we lost hip hop as Black people in America. It looks like we lost this, and this. We can't afford to lose some of our very sacred sciences. So what we will do, we won't say nothing. Secrecy, right? Right? That degree where you doing this, right? The silence degree,
From
right?
mouth to ear.
And we've been dealing with that for a minute, where people they're looking in books for some of our sacred practices, and we're like, nah, B, we not selling this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we can back all of our spiritual science with all of our spiritual practice with science. However, it's very dangerous at this point for indigenous people at the state we are in, because capitalism is at an all-time high, and we got a very